Golden Valley residents will be getting some new neighbors. The city approved a large apartment complex for construction. The 303-unit complex is planned at the corner of Wisconsin Avenue and Golden Valley Drive. The bank and medical building currently at the site will be demolished. 46 units in the new building will be considered affordable for lower-income renters. The complex will be the first built under a city policy that aims to boost affordable housing development. The City Council also approved a tax increment financing deal with the developers for $11 million. Some neighbors spoke against the project during earlier discussions. The council said that even if the project isn't perfect, the city needs new housing options.
I think it is a huge leap forward for our commitment to affordable housing. And I'm very excited about this project, which it looks like a fantastic development that I think anyone would be excited to live in.
A new bank will also be built next to the 5- to 6-story complex. The union representing workers at local Lunds and Byerlys grocery stores says it will avoid a strike before the 4th of July holiday weekend after reaching a tentative deal with the company. Workers with United Food and Commercial Workers Local 663 had voted to strike after recently picketing at several locations, including the Golden Valley and Maple Grove stores. However, a tentative agreement was reached Monday night. According to the union, the tentative deal is expected to provide significant raises for both full-time and part-time workers by fall 2024. It also maintains health benefits. A ratification vote is slated for Saturday. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner has identified the pedestrian struck by a vehicle at a busy intersection in Blaine as a Brooklyn Park man. The medical examiner says 48-year-old David Johnson was struck earlier this month at the intersection of 109th Avenue and Highway 65 in Blaine. He died 4 days later at the hospital. The State Patrol says Johnson was struck in the intersection by a minivan. Johnson's obituary described the incident as a tragic car accident. Funeral services were recently held. A woman described by police as a vulnerable adult who went missing for hours has been found safe in New Hope. Martha Sebo was reported missing at around 7:45 p.m. Monday after walking away from a home in Brooklyn Park. Police say Sebo was diagnosed with dementia. She was located nearly 7 hours later in New Hope and returned safely to family. The city of Maple Grove is in the running for a new headquarter campus built for an undisclosed company. The city is calling it Project Black Bear. If Maple Grove is selected, the undisclosed company would build a 400,000 square foot office in the gravel mining area just down the road from Lowe's. Construction would take 2 years. At this week's City Council meeting, the city approved a more than $6 million tax increment financing agreement to help make it happen. Under the agreement, the company must create at least 256 jobs. According to Maple Grove city officials, those jobs would have average wages of $65 per hour. Maple Grove is up against cities in Massachusetts and Georgia for the new headquarters. The end of an era is quickly approaching for Twin Cities movie fans. Robbinsdale's Video Universe, which is the last remaining video store of its kind in the metro, is closing at the end of the month. If there's a favorite title you want to add to your collection, you'd better act fast.
It is the end of an era for home video rental in Minnesota here.
In the days before streaming services, people wanting to watch a movie no longer in theaters had to venture off to the video rental store.
I think it's just overwhelming, actually, the amount of stuff that's accumulated through the course of the years.
Roughly 40,000 titles is what Scott Prost collected since Video Universe opened in 1986.
There's a lot of good stuff, but it takes work to find them.
The vast collection is why Melanie K. Berger and her family have come here for several decades.
We absolutely love this place.
But today, she's not here to rent. Rather, she's here to buy.
We're just looking for those gems because as they close on Friday, we don't want them to close. So, yeah.
Prost announced in December that it's time to close, largely because many of the new titles started going directly to streaming services.
There's so many new releases that I just don't have, that video rental doesn't have access to, and so much stuff that people want to see.
So he decided to put his entire inventory of 40,000 movies and shows up for sale.
we're here for hours.
And Berger is taking full advantage.
It's not this short little trip. It's a all-day thing. We normally put all of our selections up and then we go next door to get pizza and then come back. So yeah, it's like a pilgrimage for our family, yeah.
Most of the titles are selling for around $5, although Prost says the most sought-after titles have been picked over.
So they'll come in and they'll ask for Dirty Dancing and think we still have that here, or Blazing Saddles or Slapshot.
Leaving customers to decide whether they really want to add a movie starring Paris Hilton to their collection. But the obscurity adds to its charm, and business like this is something we'll likely never see again.
This is a classic place, and it's wonderful, and we are going to miss this place very much.
Owner Scott Prost says much of the unsold merchandise will go home with him, although he's hopeful a person or organization will take the movies off of his hands. There are just a few days left to enter the Maple Grove Moments photography contest. Contest entries will be accepted through Friday. We leave you with some of last year's entries.